Hi VC, it's Aaron, Mutha Alamere. Today I'm entering a contest for my good friend Robert. And his channel is Robert's on My Turntable. Really great guy from Canada. I've been good friends with Robert for almost 2 years, probably over 2 years now actually. Ever since I first joined the VC, we became friends very quickly, and he's got a really cool channel. One of the nicest guys in the vinyl community. And sorry it took me so long to get this entry out, Robert, but I've been trying to figure out what group to use. So I'm supposed to show an artist that is lesser known, which I have a lot of those that I listen to. So this is kind of hard for me just picking one. And I didn't go with Deep Purple. I put those up because that's Robert's favorite band. But this band here put one release out in 1991. They're called I Napoleon. And I've talked about them before, but I've never seen anybody in the vinyl community ever show anything on them other than me. And they did have one vinyl release in Venezuela. That's the only place they pressed their vinyl. And it's very hard to find. One of my biggest grails, actually. And this album came out in 1991, and it's fronted by Steve Napoleon, who is the vocalist, keyboardist, percussionist. It's basically his band, and he put together some musicians to join with him for this record here. And originally he was known as Steve Batke, and he was a drummer for a band called Witch Killer back in the mid 80s. And he went to vocals, and he's Canadian born. He moved to LA, formed a band, and then was looking for musicians. And Joe Listay of Bang Tango recommended the bass player Joe Fazio, and he joined. And then Doug Stratton, he recruited from guitar, who was in this band, Noise Toys. Not one of my favorite albums I have, but he's a great guitarist on I Napoleon. And then it rounds out with Dave Emondi on drums. And this album was very unique. It came out in 1991. It was, me and my friends went kind of nuts over this record. It didn't sell well at all. I mean, I know between me and my friends, I knew about 10 people that owned it on cassette or CD when it was out, and that's probably, a big chunk. We thought they were a huge band because all of us owned it. And it's just really unique. It's kind of, it's hard rock, heavy metal, but it's kind of too mellow for the really hard rockers and a little too heavy for the people that were into the more, mainstream, like Bon Jovi type stuff, and too odd for a lot of them. It was very kind of alternative twist to it. It starts out on side one with the song Perfect Absolution, which is a great song. Very catchy. Could have been a big single, actually. And then Go to Pieces. And then we got Don't Want to Sleep Alone. Come Back Soon. And it finishes out side one with Every Time I See Your Picture, which is a cover song by another Canadian artist named Luba. And she did a couple albums, I think, in the early to mid 80s. And it's a really cool ballad. And then side two is where it really gets interesting with the song Love Hate, and then Whip Silly. Then the big song for me and my friends was I Am the Idiot, which we thought was going to be a monster hit. I was hanging out with all these people that were in bands, and we were all trying to cover it because we loved it so much. It was so unique, very different lyrics, and they're kind of their music is kind of glam music, but it's also kind of heavier, kind of alternative, and they have a really dark tone to their music. They're very dark, but they also have some very witty lyrics and very lighthearted, witty lyrics mixed in. It's kind of an odd combination with the lighthearted, witty lyrics mixed in with the dark lyrics. So it was hard for people to grasp onto, a lot of people. And then after I Am the Idiot, we have Sweet Cyanide, and it ends with Concerto in D minor, which Stephen Napoleon plays on piano. It's just piano, him on the piano, which is really cool. But this band is very overlooked. They were signed to Geffen Records, and because one of the people at Geffen fell in love with their demo. And then they just kind of got no promotion at all. Geffen released the record, absolutely didn't promote them, kind of moved off them. It was 91, where they were moving off bands like this. And so their album just went nowhere, and then that was it. They just totally dissolved. And there's rumors they recorded some demos for a follow-up record, but those have never been confirmed. And I heard the singer Steve Napoleon, actually years later, he opened some kind of jewelry business and he was doing really well. But he has a very unique voice, very cool. I love his vocals. Some people don't. I love them. And this music, it's just kind of infectious, and it's really dark. But like I said, it's got light undertones, so it doesn't just bring you down. And it's an excellent record, and I'm really looking for this on vinyl. If anyone can find it on vinyl, hit me up. I'll buy it. But it's extremely hard to find. Only released in Venezuela. They were a one-off band. They dissolved after this, like I said. But I figured I'd do this band because they're Canadian. You know, it's Steve Napoleon's from Canada. And so Robert, being a Canadian, I thought you'd enjoy this. And I might try to play a little clip of some of their music after this. I'll try to play a little clip of I Am the Idiot, just so you get a sense of what they sound like. And yeah, like I said, me and my friends thought this was going to be huge, the hugest album of the year when it was out. We were all obsessed with it. I wore this cassette out. It's just, I've heard it so much and I love it. So everyone, there's my video. Thank you, Robert, for hosting this contest. Everyone go sub. Robert's on my turntable. Great guy. One of the nicest guys in the VC. And I will see you all next time. Thank you.
No one that is except for me, because my veins burn, my vision blurred, my stomach turns, life's so rich and tell my heart, and you stop not so goddamn poor. Feel so sorry, feel so sad, feel so bad, I'm gonna be sick. I am the idiot, I am the idiot. I'm so sick, I'm so tired, feel the break you want. Life works like they want it to. Nothing moves until I'm through. Forget me not, forget me you will. Forget me soon, I've been there well. I am the idiot, I am the idiot. I am whatever takes to make you smile. I am the idiot, I am the idiot. I am whatever takes to make you count. Can't change that attitude, can't change my gratitude, can't change me, I'm so rude. I can see myself so full of lead. It's not so strange to beat up on my head. Got me read the face of broken saints. I don't like my own hate. Can't change that attitude, can't change my gratitude, can't change me, I'm so crude. Can't change that attitude.